I've got up here mug shots, police reports, detoxes, rehabs, ER, ICU. That's emergency room, psych wards, jails. You know, and I guess the question would be, is that anywhere in your history? Okay. Statistically, it should be. You know, because the main thing is living in denial, and it's the truth too. You know, because I want to ask you this. You know, according to this world, depends on where you go, that's going to define that individual for the rest of their life. Does that make sense? You know, because a lot of you're geared in school to go get that, or some branch of the military, or this. You know, basically that's it. Or music is all right. Even though all the people in the band end up going and working somewhere else. You know, so, you know, early in life, you're defined, you're programmed, basically, you're trained, you know, to go make it in a system that is entirely ran by that. And people that control the monetary system too. Because all this right here, well, this is a product of, you know, substance abuse, even just getting mad. But what does all this represent right here? These. What do all these represent? Seriously. Money. You see what I mean? You know, so, and over here in life, you know, we have movies that train us, you know, to sell dope, you know, to cheat on your spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. It trains you, you know, to party. You know, you're given vehicles that do 160 and your speed limit's, you know, 55. You're going to get tickets, you know, yada, yada, yada. And the nightlife you're going to see on TV, all the stars on TV land are promoting drinking, getting hammered, you know. Race cars have it's advertised everywhere, alcohol. You know, and these, that's pushed the careers in there. You know, senior trip, and I'm not knocking drinking to the ones drinking watching this, because my friends drink. It's just they know, they starting to see it too, how it's a trap. And, you know, the more it's talked about in the songs, you know, because going to school, you're going to hear the radio, you know, and that's all that's talked about. In the movies, it's all you see, hear, and all that. Well, statistically, that's a percentage sign. There's going to be a large number, very large number, that's going to be introduced to this. Okay? You know, and in here, you're going to get these. And here, and here, and here, and here, and here. Those are all in there. And that all goes back to what? Right there. And it goes back to who runs the pharmacies. Because see, the deal is I didn't even know that I was made of these. I had no idea. No idea. And with all these being up here, this is me. This is my story. But does that define a person? You know, because truthfully, there's a lot of us, there is. People that's not very vocal. You know, they're afraid to, or they do their own thing very quietly. You know, but there's a feeling that you get when you're not wanted. wherever you are. Because in this road of recovery, this journey that I've been on, that's taken an army to help me in hiding, we found out that this is by design. And when you can step out of it and see it for what it is, because families, friends, they'll always see you for that individual. Now, if you have an eating disorder, that's you in your own way. Pills, meth, whatever your journey is, that's you. I don't know what made me do all those pictures and videos. No, I don't even know. It was my experience. They pulled my experience out, and we applied everything that I went through, because, everything I went through was a Jesuit-controlled entity, a machine. And truthfully, mind control's involved in it too. But everybody should know certain principles that they do have that's inside everybody, but everybody's been made to be lazy. And truthfully, that's involved in what you hear about drinking and all that. So the large percentage, are going to end up over here. We'll talk, let's say a graduating class has 1,000 students. Even 10% is 100. Okay? That's a very low number. We'll say half. Half of those students in the first 5 years will have this. 50% of them in the first 5 years will have all that, some way, shape, or form. 10 years, 75% of that class. And then in at least 15 years, the whole fucking class, bam. And what does it do? Money. Because here's the deal is this, the more of this you are from an environment that we consume, whether it be food, TV, it destroys the true temple of God. Right here, you're an image of God. God's right there. And this is where I get people. You got to think about what you have transmitted, that you've allowed to be transmitted, because your brain is that right there. It's a receiver. Okay? This right here. These are transmitters. That's what they are. It's just like the cell towers transmit frequency to the cell phones, but it's your cells in your blood that it's doing it. The mercury, it's been replaced, that replaced the iron through what we consume. Same thing. And where does everybody go in every day? Inside. And so you see it. You've seen it your whole life. Then the ones that's like, oh, they're just fuck out. They're just drunk. Well, percentage-wise, you don't. Look at how it's promoted. Can you not see that? I know we come from orphans, criminals, and slaves. I know the brain has never been activated the way it was designed. But I know there's at least something still in you that can at least put some kind of math problem together of where do you see it, the drinking? It's everywhere. It is everywhere. But you're born into it. So it's going to be almost difficult. So a large percentage is going to go through this. And that's my story right there. And I'm working on this. I'm working on 8 years this year with none of these. None of them. We figured out what all this is. Now, don't get me wrong. We still watch all this and pay attention. But it's the Roman Empire. It's like, for real, you're at the ass end of something that was planned a long time ago. Yeah, it is insane what these people have done. It is absolutely insane what they have done, what they've created within the subconscious and the mind of everyone on earth, basically. Everyone. Remember, when you get rid of this right here, yeah, and hemp, I mean, why can I not spell today? I'm tired though. I've worked like 80 hours in a few days. So, this is what I was thinking of. That's in all the foods. That's basically what's that. And it's in here and here and here. And that's gone. Over here, there's no water. No, they tell you in the movies, hey, water can't go uphill. Well, then where does the waterfall gets their water? It's inside. It's the water coming up out of the ground. It's got all that in it. It's free. It should be. But you don't know that, because out of the ashes a long time ago, when they eradicated all this and we were the true orphans and criminals and slaves and the inheritors, of certain cities, then what was from the get-go was this, the people that didn't go along got thrown in insane asylums, people like me and you, and the children got put into the schools. Indian children, if you didn't think about it, you think that is bad, the people against me, this and this is bad, and drinking it from the ground. That's what God put it there for, spring wells. It's right there. It has all those in it. Then it goes into what you really don't know of how, like, nobody taught us how to farm on purpose. And then the society was created very slowly of the meats and stuff, and it's horrible. Sugars and everything. It's gone. This is what you're made of. That's not in none of this. None of it. And that's what did that. That's why we got to the magazines, and then it's like, oh shit, this man's really on fire for that. And it's like, oh God. And then little did they know, he stayed in the studying, buddy. And then you find out, coming out of the orphans and criminals and slaves, slowly, generationally, they slowly make you sicker. They make you stupid, raise you like cattle, set up their churches, their huge mega structures, liars, false prophets, and they give them certain literature, keep them scared, give them the radio, give them the cars, put the radio in it, give them the TV, you got to stay inside, germs everywhere, and it's a conditioning just generationally. Just like the monarch butterfly. How the hell does it get nowhere to go when it's migrating from Mexico to Canada and it goes through like 3 generations? How the hell does it know to get there? It ain't never been there. It's because it's programmed by it's electromagnetic code, of what's running through your brain and body is supposed to be, and you don't know that. That's why they gave us rubber shoes to block this torus field that runs through us. Rubber tires, rubber this, rubber everywhere. It blocks it. There was a world before what you know of free energy. Seriously. And look on top of the churches. Those are huge antennas. These big power stations, they're not churches, some of the old ones. They're decommissioned, but, they're a power station. And these people controlled it and made everybody dumb around them. And when it was time to introduce this, and by God, there you go, it's real, Matt, go inside. And then all this came, and this, and the indoctrination and the conditioning began. And they ain't stopped, buddy. It's that right there. We started watching it as orphans and criminals and slaves, and by God, this is where we are. And they populated these cities. Put white here, black here, Indian, whatever, what ain't real, and created so much chaos on purpose to use those stories in a time like now to create yet another fucking civil war, because they keep creating dumber generations one after another. And that's what they do before these wars. And then they indoctrinate the masses. And then it gets in their brains, and fuck, they don't even know what they're made of. And they're running off hate because the athletes over here work for them, the fucking Roman Empire. Blacks will do whatever fucking LeBron James said. Goddamn whites will do whatever Tom Brady says. You know, it's not real. The whole world you're in it's bullshit. If you can stop all that shit and start looking up, you'll see it. Give it years, and I swear to God, as fucking everything, Jesus, God, whatever it is you believe in, you will see it and you'll be out of this fucking machine. It is a nasty machine, what they have done to these fucking people, to us. I'm out of it. It's like shit. You know, these experts go to these universities to learn with no experience of what they've done to us. But we've exposed it for what it is. Hospitals, all that shit is a product of eradication, poisoning, cause and effect. It's easy. It's very fucking easy. Monetary system, and then you can see it, we don't need your money because and then this is lumber. Free. Sorry. Gotta go to Lowe's, Home Depot to get that. I can show you in every fucking direction how bad these people hate us and what they're going to do. It's going to be the biggest cataclysm ever to hit the earth. And people just laugh at me and just sit there and keep eating shit food. Hey, stupid. And I know that I'm not wanted to some of you. I know that. Because I'm sorry, but you have a dumb brain. Because y'all's lives next to me is, that's it. And I was in there. And you won't listen. 8 years. None of y'all listen to me. 8 fucking years. It makes me cry. Cringe. But you're the world. Jesus says it. He says you can be in it, but don't be of it. And that's where all the people standing next to me are. Even the fucking preachers. They have no idea how bad they're being lied to. And their whole life, they just sit there and they don't question God. And we don't question authority. It's what you learn in church, and that's what you learn in school. And it's an indoctrination from day fucking one, because it's a machine of slavery you were born into. Period. Your fucking birth certificate says it. And if you cannot put together commerce on it, then you're a dummy. Commerce is sale of goods and services and livestock. Property, capital. You have capitals in the states. State, communist state. Germany, you want me to show you how fucking bad it is? I can. I love it.